So I'm going to go through the problem set so that you can do this independently. So at the top, the first one, there are 5 pieces, and this is showing us that it's one whole. Okay, so each piece is going to be equal to 1/5. So each piece of this is 1/5. Because the 5 shows us how many total pieces there are. Okay, where they're shaded in is only 2 of those. So this would be 1/5 plus 1/5. And these are not shaded in, so they're not part of the numerator, the top number. So our addition sentence would be 1/5 plus 1/5 equals, so you add the top numbers together, 2, and the bottom number stays the same. There are always the same number of equal parts in the fraction. The bottom number does not change in this case. Then in the second one, there are still 5 total pieces. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the denominator, the bottom number, is going to be 5. It's all equal to one whole. So here we see that this is just 1/5. This is 1/5. But this one is 2/5. So you have to pay attention to these brackets and how much they're including. So our addition sentence would be 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 2/5, and then we have 1 plus 1 plus 2 equals 4/5, which makes sense because 4 out of the 5 are shaded. On the last one, there are in the whole, so you have to pay attention to this. This bracket right here is 1. So one whole stops there. So here there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in the whole. So if we look at this, each piece would be 1/5. Okay, it's still 1/5 because there are 5 parts or 5 pieces in the whole. 1/5, 1/5, and the next one that's not part of the whole is 1/5. So we have one whole here and then part of a whole. And that part, that whole, would still have 5 pieces. So this part in this bracket is 2/5. Then this part, 2/5. And then this part is 2/5. Now our addition sentence would be 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 equals, so 2, 4, 6, 6/5. And when the top number or the numerator is bigger than the denominator, that means that it is bigger than one whole. It's one whole and a part of another one. Okay, so this can also be written as 1. Okay, this is one whole, and the part that's left over is 1/5. Okay, next page in the problem set. Okay, so it says draw a number bond and write the number sentence to match each tape diagram. This is the first one, so it's got everything filled in. the bracket says it's equal to 1, each part is separate. So it's 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 would equal 1, or if we add them together, 3/3. When the numerator and the denominator are equal numbers, that means that it is equal to 1. And in the number bond, it's the same thing. 1/3 there, 1/3 there, and 1/3 there, and all together they equal 1. Okay, so for the next one, this is our whole here, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So each part, each piece is equal to 1/5. So this one would be 1/5. And here, the bracket is showing 3 of them. So it's going to be 3/5. So then 1/5 plus 3/5, so this is equal to 4/5. The number bond look like this. So this is our total, our 4/5. We have 1/5 and 3/5. For this one, so in our whole, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So this part would be 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. If you add those together, you get 3/4. Okay, so then in the number bond, 3/4, and then you would have 3 of these. 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. In the next one, our whole has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. This chunk is 2 of them, so that's 2/6. This chunk is 2 more, so that's 2/6. 2/6 plus 2/6 equals 4/6. So then we would put 4/6, 2/6 plus 2/6. All right. Next page. Okay, now here, this is our whole. This is our whole. Okay, so our whole has 3 pieces. So each piece is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. This bracket has 2 of them included, so that would be 2/3. This bracket has 2 included, 2/3, and this bracket has 1/3. So our sentence would be 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 1/3 equals 5/3. Okay, so this is the part that is the whole. This is the part. The next chunk of the whole. This is the whole. So there's 1 and there are 2/3. So you can also write this as 1 and 2/3. When the numerator is bigger than the denominator, that's called an improper fraction. When it's written like this, that is a mixed fraction. So now we have to draw and label the tape diagrams to show what this is showing us. So this has denominators of 6. So I'm going to draw a picture with 6 pieces. Make them as close to equal as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to color them all in because it's equal to one whole. And then I'm going to add the brackets. So now it's just one at a time. So each one gets a little bracket. And this is equal to 1. For the next one, this has 5 pieces. So I'm going to draw as equally as possible because fractions have equal sized parts. And it has 4 colored in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For the brackets, there's 1/5, so that's just 1. Then there's 2/5, so that's 2, and then there's 1. So it would look like that. On this one, this has a denominator of 8, so there are 8 pieces in this fraction. Okay. And it looks like 7 of them are colored in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I drew an extra one. Okay, so then for the brackets, we have 3/8 plus 3/8 plus 1/8. Okay, now this one, this is bigger than the denominator, so that means that it's one whole and then part of a whole. So I need to first draw one whole with 8 total, 8 parts. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to clear the screen so I have a little bit more space. So first I'm going to draw my fraction with 8 parts. That's 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And then, so I have 11. So this is going to be my one whole. I'm going to put that there so I know. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's my one whole. I'm going to color all of those in. And I need 11. So 11 minus 8 would be 3. So it's going to be the same size pieces. And we're going to color those in. So that's the part of the whole. So there's one whole, and then there's this. So here we have 7/8, so our bracket would be 7 of these, and then there's plus 1/8 plus 3/8. Okay, so that's how we show that on the tape diagram. Okay, so now this is the exit ticket. By yourself, you're going to do the labeling. Okay, so here it's what is this piece, each piece, what is the fraction? And then you're going to write the number sentence. So like if it's 1/3 plus 1/3 or whatever it is. And then you'll do the number bond. And here you're going to draw the pictures like we just did on the last page. And that is your exit ticket.